trying to go back and like you can't wait to restart and you can't wait to try it again. Hey everyone, welcome back and thank you very much for all the love, all the subscribers and likes. I really appreciate it. Alright grinders, so what the hell do I mean when I say passion? Why do I need it? And why don't I have it? Alright, let's find out. I'll give you the actual definition of the word. We'll talk about why you need it and how to develop it. A strong liking or desire for, or devotion to some activity, object, or concept is passion. French writer Voltaire said, "The passions are the winds that fill the sails of the vessel. They sink it at times, but without them, it would be impossible to make the way." And you probably know why you need it. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching this video right now. But if you don't, well, because it makes life so much more engaging. On a very basic subconscious level, we get attuned to our deeper mechanisms and drives, and we apply the energy in a direction where ROI, the return on investment, is exponential compared to non-passionate life or non-passionate actions. It's like having a goal that is absolutely bound to happen, to realize. And what do I mean by this? Is imagine if you are in a race car. You're on your favorite track, you're trying to master this apex, the turn, and you're trying to align the car, you're trying to align the wheel, and something goes wrong and you lose control, or you go a little bit wide or a little bit short, oversteer, understeer, whatever. What is gonna happen is you're gonna say, let me try it again. Let me go right back and try this turn again, and I need to adjust the speed. I gotta go a little bit faster or a little bit slower. Or I need to start turning a little bit earlier or a little bit later to catch that apex. You will be eager to try again. And basically every failure is now experience. You're trying to go back and like you can't wait to restart and you can't wait to try it again. You can't wait to use the information and the feedback that you just received in order to apply it next time. And eventually you will succeed. You will have this perfect turn. You'll catch that apex. You'll make it. That's the idea. That's why you need passion in what you do, because then those big ideas, those large goals and targets that you put for yourself become unkillable, because it's just simply not possible to stop you. An individual who is operating with this passion will endure so much more and achieve so much more. I mean multifaceted achievements here. I'm not talking about one single area of achievement like financial only or spiritual or any one tiny aspect of it. No, you will achieve this multifaceted, genuinely fulfilling and rewarding goal. And this has an exponential effect when it comes to enjoying your life and your work. So why have you not found it yet? Where's your passion? Now, going back to the racetrack and that race car analogy, if I take you to a shop and ask you, so which particular race car is your favorite? And I'm assuming that you don't have a lot of real life experience with racetrack. And if you do, then let's apply a different area of knowledge. Let's say which subfields of physics you're super excited about. If you don't have a lot of experience in that area, maybe race cars or physics, doesn't matter, you don't have your favorite yet. You might not have your favorite race car if you don't know how each one of them acts on a track. Same is true when it comes to passion. You need some kind of information in order to be able to know what you like, what turns you on, what you're super excited about. You're not broken or some kind of passion invalid or something like that. You just need more information. Also, speaking of broken, you actually need to make sure that you're not broken. So what do I mean that you need to make sure that you're not broken? Is everything is based on your neurochemistry. It has to be well balanced and it cannot be oversaturated with all these other artificially created pleasures that are just flooding your brain with dopamine. What I mean is like alcohol or drugs, and maybe even less obvious ones like surfing internet constantly and like constantly being on your phone. this mindless screen time, you're not going to be sensitive enough about your passions because you're currently artificially overstimulated with dopamine. And what I mean by artificially overstimulated, well, imagine right now your mouth is full of Skittles. You're just chewing on those Skittles, and imagine that burst of flavor in your mouth right now. And I give you an apple. It's gonna taste like cardboard. It's gonna have no pleasure effect on your brain whatsoever. But if you only drink water for one full day and don't eat anything, as soon as you bite into an apple, it's gonna feel amazing. You will feel that apple and the flavor with every taste bud in your mouth. It's the same thing when it comes to your passions. You cannot be totally overstimulated with other things and try to find out what is your passion at the same time. You are probably overstimulated if your passions or your main joy, that dopamine burst, comes from consuming versus creating or giving. So if it's in, that could be a little bit overstimulating. Your pleasure should be based on creating or giving. Because imagine, like, passionate about something that is a consumable. If you're consuming something and you're passionate about it, it's almost like addiction. It will become addiction at some point. But if you're passionate about out, which is creating, giving, working, developing, that could be considered as addiction also, and it's something that propels your life goal just so much more exponentially forward. All right, so now you're all aware of your dopamine flutters and you're coming out of negative and you're at zero level, where your senses are back, your stimulus is not coming from YouTube and internet surfing and all the other stuff, and hopefully drugs and alcohol, and you're back. And it's time to go up and find your passion. And the first stage is, I am not passionate about anything. I don't even know if I have any passions in life. Nothing really seems exciting for you. Nothing interests you. At times, maybe your friends hype something up, a new trend or something, and really quickly it becomes a chore and it becomes boring. That's where most people are. In this case, what you need to do is stop what other people are telling you or pushing onto you and start exploring yourself. Start applying to vastly contrasting jobs. Go start working for a law firm for 3 months and then jump into farming. See how that's gonna work out for you. How about engineering or something technical? Try sales. Just explore different areas, different jobs. And if you're not old enough to be applying for jobs, just pick up magazines from different areas and different industries and see what draws you in. Listen to different types of podcasts, different audiobooks. The key is to try vastly different areas and positions and listen to yourself. Stop listening to everybody else around you. Yourself, how you respond to it. You need to work on it and you need to develop it. And yes, your genetics will make you respond to different stimuli with dopamine in a different ways, but it still needs development and action from you, because it's not something that is just all ready for you sitting and waiting. That is not the case. It's when you're going through all the hoops and all these obstacles, you're finding out and you're also developing at the same time. You're developing your passion. That's why you can steer your passion towards a particular area and it's not something that's already inside of you. Now I will touch on another problem that you may encounter after you go through the first step. You may find out now that you love the business and engineering and sales and everything else. Basically everything gives you that kick. But when you have these many areas of passion, what do you do with it? Because these two be a problem. So now you have to choose and stick to one goddamn thing that you love. That's what you have to do. You need to stick to it, and you need to learn and develop it so well that you're simply flowing through the subject with ease and grace. You need to be amazing at it. You need to ace that shit. You need to own it. And this will give you that final key of passion. And again, make no mistake, you will still be tough. You will still have obstacles. It will still be boring at times. But that's the perfect part of it, because it's not perfect, right? It's not dull. It's infinitely evolving and keeps being interesting, but you're fully into it because of your genetics and your developed passion. So your life now will become so much more engaged and interesting that you never imagined before. That's why once you start noticing what is your passion, you just need to subscribe to that resilient grind mentality and just keep plowing forward. Just keep grinding, and your genetic predisposition that was giving you all these little hints with dopamine, that direction that you chose, that will become and will develop into your passion. It's not something that is already in you and you peel it and you find that little passion that was always sitting in there waiting for you. This is how you intentionally develop your passion, thus your life. You're now at the point where your goals are determined to happen. And this is amazing, because your goals now, every decision that you make is going to be impossible to kill. It will absolutely realize, because it has a passion as a foundation. There's no competition to it. You cannot compete with it. It is amazing. Now go and start planning the discovery of your fire. Go find your passion.